can vouch that I was inquisitive, little fuck. I asked him a lot of questions about 9.
It's true.
I'm quoting them. That's not my words. I'm just quoting those.
Surprisingly, not Zen's words.
Quite surprising, yeah.
Boy, this is just an ugly, ugly party that I don't want to fight. So, what have you been playing lately, Zen?
In my off time that I'm not recording...
And be sure to speak up.
Game Dev Tycoon, because I'm faffing about with it, trying to fill out all the stuff. But, for the channel, slowly I'm doing the first chapter of the King's Quest on Steam. The remade, A Night to Remember. I'm doing those, and I actually will do another episode this weekend. And I'm also doing the path I don't want to take, the brawn path, the muscle path. Because the King Swayze way, private joke, sorry, King Graham always used his heart. He's always the compassionate person. And that's how you play him role-playing wise. But there are 3 ways to play that game: heart, head, or brawn. And so I'm doing the brawn path because that's not usually his canonical forte.
Right.
So I'm doing that just to see how they change the dialogue and change the cutscenes, because your choices in the game affect the cutscenes. And that's amazing. They did a lot of extra work that the choices you make are dynamic. It's dynamic storytelling.
Have you not played any of the other... Is the new King's Quest done by Telltale?
Ooh, I could look it up really quick, meaning I can go to Steam because it's right here open.
Because have you played any of the modern Telltale adventure games?
Modern games, like, I don't know.
Like their Back to the Future adventure game,
I love
The
the Back
Walking
to the
Dead.
Future adventure game. That's good.
Yeah, those are all really good.
Matter of fact, the actor that they hired to mimic Marty McFly's voice, not Marty McFly,
Doc Brown?
no, Parkinson's guy.
That's McFly.
No, but that's his in-character name. I meant the actual actor.
Oh, you mean Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox, thank you. He doesn't have the voice of a late teen anymore, obviously.
Clearly.
So they got a different person to mimic that, because there was a person who could do an impersonation.
Yeah, and they did a
very
great
well.
job. I played through the first chapter of that game.
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, Christopher Lloyd came back for Doc's vocals, and he was actually fooled a couple times, thinking he was talking to Michael J. Fox. When they first set it up, they actually set up a phone interview, a conference interview with him, and he was fooled for a couple minutes, thinking he was talking to a younger Michael J. Fox for a minute. And then he's like, "Oh, okay, you're just an impersonator." I was like, "Yeah. People said that my impersonation was good enough that I could apply for this." I'm like, "Well, it's pretty damn good."
Yeah.
It's not perfect, but it is really good.
Okay, so Lobo is saying that it was Telltale who made King's Quest.
Good, because they deserve. They definitely are making really good adventure games these days.
Yes. Have you played the Walking Dead series?
No, I don't have the moolah to buy it.
I might have to gift that to you. I know you're into the adventure titles, and Walking Dead was really, really good.
Who?
The Walking Dead.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So there's the King's Quest, and I'm gonna do slowly. Chapters of the Brawn, I call it. I don't call it that on my channel, but I'm calling it that now. I'm coining that phrase. Chapter of the Brawn, and I'm also
Are you
doing.
Gonna trademark that?
Yes. It's mine. Chapter of the Brawn. And because I really want to see all of the dialogue options, because there's a lot of them. And,
right.
So there's that. And then my other game that I'm slowly doing is... I'm trying to think for a second, because I don't have it looked up. On Epic. I'm really close to beating on Epic, and so I want to get that off my plate. But on Epic has been a very fun game to play.
Have you been enjoying that one? I've seen that you've been doing like the videos on Epic, King's Quest, and Slime Rancher.
The Slime Rancher I'm doing as an update. Every time a new update occurs, I'm going to do This Is What's Different video. It's not going to be me playing the game for let's make a ranch. I want to do updates.
There you go. Just keep doing that.
Yeah, and I actually want you to play the game and post more, you little bastard. You need to get on that.
I really do need to play more of that game, but like I realized after posting the first episode that the timing for me to do so was terrible. because Dragon Quest Builders comes out next week.
I know, and I want you to start that. Matter of fact, so...
Dude, I'm going to be playing the crap out of Builders. I already know how I'm going to be doing the episodes. I'm going to change it up from my usual formatting. Because I'm actually going to... I'm going to edit. Shock.
Oh,
Shock.
wow.
I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to use the translation feature that Google has now on their translation app for their phone. So as I'm playing it, I'm actually going to be using my phone to translate the in-game text, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to edit the gameplay, and I'm not going to commentate as I'm playing. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over, I'm going to translate stuff post-filming, and, you know, instead of bumbling about like I did with Dragon Quest X, I'm going to keep it nice and concise, and it's going to be more of like a walkthrough for the game.
Yeah, I call that post-hoc commentary.
I cannot hear you, sir.
God damn it. Okay, let's try that. Fuck. I tap it hard and it seems to work. I call that post-hoc commentary. It's when you make it after the fact. And you go back. Yeah. So that's actually fine because that would give you a chance to play and not be bored so much. Because live commentary takes half your effort away from the game.
And playing a foreign game, as I discovered with Dragon Quest X when I was doing that like portion solo, it leads for a lot of just bumbling about. And I know that like my early Dragon Quest X videos are my highest viewed videos, but I feel that doing something more along the lines of like a translated walkthrough of the game, I think that that'll be a lot more useful in getting people to play it and helping out the people who have imported it. Because I was watching, you know Lord Roto's videos, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so he actually created a Japanese PSN account and has been playing the demo. And you folks over in chat, here, I'm gonna write
you have
his
to call
name
it
down.
TV Land.
Lord
Remember that? They used to call
Roto.
it TV Land on.
I'm gonna put it into chat. Go check out his video of the demo if you want to see some actual gameplay of DQ Heroes, and it's looking very good. Rose Garden. Rose Garden.
Now,
these things have been ruining my fucking week.
No, because all you had to do was give yourself that belt to ignore defense, and you didn't, and then finally you did, and now you're okay.
Well,
okay, like, yeah, you just didn't make it yet. And you're like, did I not make it? Like, you're like just going apeshit over that, and then finally you did on your video that I watched on your channel, and I'm like, oh god, he finally did it.
Well, it hasn't gone live yet, but I've also recorded the special boss fight with Sorrow, and he has 2 Rose Gardens in tow.
Wait, Sorrow. He shows up in the thing, so you actually caught him because you have to find him on the map.
You don't actually find him in the map. He shows up on a variety of missions that take place on Yggdrasil, but he actually has his own quest to go and fight him, and it's just a boss fight.
Don't spoil it as far as what he says, but
no, I won't say what he says, but the obvious spoilers are if you beat him, he joins you.
Just like in the remake of Dragon Quest IV, in the
post game where he joins the party that I haven't done yet, but I will.
You reveal the fact that it was the Master Guy's plan to abduct Rosa. You tell him that, and somehow
you're like, this wasn't our fault, and he goes, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't humanity's fault. It was actually your own general who did this. Okay.
Right.
But yeah, I was thinking that
Pat Orbo, welcome to chat. Okay, continues.
I was thinking that Elena, Kirill, or Mina would have dialogue because they know him. He's from their universe.
Elena does have dialogue with him.
Okay, I don't.
And that dialogue occurs whether or not you are in the, whether or not Elena is in your party. Because I've done it with Elena in the party, and I've done it without Elena in the party. And either way, she'll totally jump in and speak up. And after the mission, Kirill, Maya, and Elena all talk to him.
Oh, Orbo says... Oh, Orbo's here, by the way. Orbo says, I can't beat Joker, Dragon Quest Monsters, because I'm addicted to breeding, and he's sidetracked if I just keep breeding.
Dude, the breeding system in Joker is so good.
Joker 2 is the one that introduced hearts, right? Caravan Hearts? Joker... No, that wasn't Joker.
That's Dragon Quest Monsters 3. Like, if you want to get technical.
Yeah, that never got a
Caravan
release over here, but I got the translation. I actually like that one
That's the one with Kiefer from DQ7.
Yep. It is, and that might be another reason why I like it so much, because 7 has a special charm for me. But I also like it because of the way they use the heart system. I don't like recruiting monsters. Finding hearts just feels better to me.
That's going to kill so much of my time later this year.
Oh, I
when
know.
7 comes out. Like,
Clever editing.
that's going to be awful to get through. Like, not awful to play through, just awful to get through on my channel.
I have to admit, though, when I played Caravan Hearts, after a while of grinding, I used the game's Genie code for the emulator. So that
Cheater! You dirty cheater!
One time.
You cheater!
I had to get... Listen to me.
No.
The drop rate on the heart that I needed was 1028. I needed this heart, and the drop rate is so damn small. I had to just use the game Genie code that says monsters will drop a heart when you kill them.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the killer machine or whatever it is, or the killer armor, whichever one that's really, really hard to get. I used it for him twice because I needed his for a brain tree. And I was like, I am not gonna sit here for 60 hours grinding these things.
Was it an Uber killing machine?
One of those that is really hard to get, and I just needed one, and I wasn't gonna just wait. Give me a break. The odds are so stacked against me. I had to do it. I mean, yeah, I could have got.
I'm not sighing at you. I'm sighing at my encounters.
Oh yeah, these guys.
Holy crap! We have Kabuff. When did we get Kabuff?
When we got it.
Shut up.
That's not helpful.
Shut up. Shut up.
I love getting Sorrow in my party and then feel bad for poor Sorrow. It was like, what the hell? Well, Sorrow's overpowered. So that's why he's post-game. If you're talking about 4. If you're talking about heroes that he's playing, I have no idea.
Sorrow can be built to the point where I feel he's overpowered once he has the critical rate to support his liberation technique all the time. Then he's totally overpowered, because liberation is ridiculous, but it's kind of offset by how much MP it costs.
Sadie, you're not being ignored.
Nobody's ignoring you, Sadie. There's a lot of chat going on. I'm talking to Zen. You're not being ignored.
We're co-commentating, plus he's drinking whiskey, and so am I, and we're trying to get through to the next. We have to get through back, so.
That's right. You got a game in on Xenoblade Chronicles. See, you're not ignored. I pay attention to what you talk about. I am a good listener. It makes me an excellent boyfriend.
Perry would say that, yes.
She would, because she is actually the terrible listener in the relationship. We joke all the time that she's the man of the relationship and I'm the woman.
I am immune, Kate Bit, to people telling me to shut up, and that's a good
and
thing.
This is actually, well, I haven't had to tell you to shut up today. Actually, despite the title, I think this is the least offensive stream we have ever had. You haven't said anything horrifying today.
Yep, I haven't.
That doesn't mean start now,
well,
but you haven't said.
Don't you realize that you just baited me?
Like, don't. The good news is that your microphone quality is so shitty right now, I don't think they would hear you.
God, hold on. Is that better?
Yes.
I told you if I bang it a couple times, it works. That's what he said.
That's what she said.
Told you it's coming.
There we go. Cheers. I'll drink to that.
Cheers. I will tap the screen. You can't see it, but I just tapped my monitor. I just cheered you.
I'll do the same. Clink.
I have done that. I did the proverbial plank. So, yeah. You knew.
I knew.
It's gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. I might have some news next week. I don't want to bait you with news, but not game news. Personal news in my life.
Personal news. Good news?
It's good. It's good for my career.
Ooh. Well, that will be good news. I look forward to it.
It might not be good news for my YouTube channel, though.
Is it going to be eating up some time?
And I don't want to give up the YouTube stuff. There's a good chance that content might dry up for a while.
Well, here's the thing. I work 40 hours a week.
I know.
That doesn't count that, I have an extra half hour there each day. So I'm actually at work 8.5 hours today, each day. And then there's the drive to, and there's the drive back. And that much time, so it's 40 plus hours a week that I'm distracted by work. 2 kids, girlfriend, social obligations. I still manage to find time to record. And I totally believe that you're going to be able to work out a schedule where you can continue doing the YouTube stuff also.
Okay, I'll explain. The information I'm waiting on is like this week coming soon. When I get the definite or the no. If it's definite, then I'll explain next week's stream.
Okay.
I might not be able to post on YouTube.
Okay.
But I won't do it yet. Golden thread, bronze shield. Oh, wow, you got 3.
Regardless of what the news is, I'm hoping for the best for whatever works for you.
It's career news, so that's useful because I need good career news.
I cannot hear you again.
Okay. So yeah, it might be.
I cannot hear you again.
Okay, so I will put my lips on the microphone. Right.
That's better. Although now I kind of feel like you're like whispering into my ear.
Oh, this is where you need torches.
This is where I need torches, but I'm not supposed to be down here yet.
You're supposed to go back and warn. You can go there and probably find some good stuff.
No, I'm gonna go take care of this.
Just remember that then. Remember that's there. I wish I lived by more people so I could get a platinum jeweled king map.
Dragon Quest 9. I don't have a PKJ map. I'm pretty happy with my Metal King Slime map that I got from Zenith at the Dragon's Den. Nice guy, by the way. In fact, I think out of everybody at the Dragon Quest meetup in Denver that we did, I think I was probably the least friendly. Because I was just surrounded by strangers. I was like, who are these people? All these people know me, and I don't know any of them, and I don't know how to deal with that.
Okay, Saigan, what this is never going to happen, I don't think, but what I need to do is be there at one of those and guide you through how to be social at those functions.
Well, I mean, I have friends in the area who make me be social sometimes, or at least they try. Like, Reggie and Pat are both really good at making me be social.
I know you're tall and broad, and that makes you awkward if you don't say anything, because when you're big in the room with most people who, like, heads are at your chin, and you don't say anything, then that makes you feel even more awkward. Because
well, it was also strange, because everybody there knew me.
Right, because they know you from your channel, and they visited you because of that.
Right, and it was so weird, because I didn't know how to deal with it. Like, I'm bad in social situations in real life anyways. And to go in there with everybody already knowing me, I was just like, I'd like, attached myself to Perion's side. I was like, trying to not be rude, but, oh my gosh, these are people I don't know. And I think I might have come off as...
The word I think you're looking for is...
not
boorish?
Friendly?
Probably boorish.
Boorish? You think that's it?
Yeah. I actually have experienced this, not myself, because I'm not over 6 feet tall, but I have been with people who are tall, and I classify tall as anything over 6'5".
Well, honestly, like, it's not my height. My height doesn't make me feel weird about anything. In fact, I get more freaked out if I run into somebody who's as tall as me. Like, whenever I meet somebody who's even close to my height, like, that kind of weirds me out, too. It took me, like, 2 years to get used to one guy at work who's, like, maybe an inch taller than me.
You told me that. You're like, oh, wow, I'm not quite at your eye level. I technically have to look up to you a little bit.
Like,
and you told me, as a joke, I'm used to looking down at people. And I know you didn't mean that in the...
yeah.
sense, but it sounded so bad when you said it.
It sounds terrible.
And I couldn't look down at him, so I felt weird.
When you say it that way, it's terrible. But no, it's just, that's why I play an ogre in Dragon Quest X.
Yeah,
That's why I play a Draenei in World of Warcraft. Like, I'm just used to being taller than people. It is weird to meet people taller than me.
I need to put you with the fictional Amazonian tribe of Wonder Woman because all those women were like 6'5".
Dude, I would still be taller than them.
Wonder Woman herself is like 6'6", isn't she?
She is, which would put her at eye level.
Actually, she's just 6 feet. Yeah, okay.
Oh, wait, she's just 6 feet?
Yeah, she's probably short for her.
Dude,
tribe.
I would be taller than Wonder Woman. An Amazon, I am taller than.
But the fictional tribe that she comes from, all the women were tall.
The Amazonian. Well, yeah, they're
Yeah.
Amazons.
You see, Amazon itself was actually bastardized because Amazonian is a Greek thing, and Wonder Woman wasn't Greek. So I hate it when they take source material and twist it.
Lobo is that shy, anxious, kind of abrasive gamer. I see it, Lobo, and I don't mean anything bad by that, but I totally see it.
Wonder Woman went through so many variations, though, that her original backstory is no longer canon.
Dude, none of their original backstories are canon. They've completely wiped, like, anything
They
from,
they
what?
erased it and rewrote it, like, twice already, so...
I want to say
know
Golden
people-
Age, Silver Age, and even Bronze Age. Like, a lot of the DC stuff is no longer canon.
And that's interesting because people like me, I didn't go through comics, but I picked up on the backstory as I went, people who were comic nerds, and now that I know that that's no longer canon, I then feel out on a limb like I'm not part of the crowd anymore again. Because what I know doesn't exist anymore. You know, she's no longer just an Amazonian from South America. She's no longer just has these little bracelets. Now she has wristbands, and now she's an alien. I mean,
She's not an alien. Who told you that Wonder Woman's an alien?
well, in my version, my brain put it together that she's no longer just a normal person with just she's no longer just a souped up.
She was never a normal person. She was always an Amazon.
Well, she had
Who
a
was
magic-
given,
a
like,
magical
gifts
girl
by
and
the...
magic
Well,
wristbands.
no. She always had, like, gifts from the gods.
You're right. That's where she got her power from. Magical.
Gifts
Just
from
the-
the gods.
yes,
Like,
yes.
Athena gave her shit. Like...
You're right. But now she's more. It's different now. It's too different. That I don't even know it.
I
wish-
I don't think Diana's backstory has changed that much. Got a question from Sadie. Hey, Sai, what would you do if Garen ended up being taller than me?
Well,
I find that very unlikely. My mom is pretty tall. My dad and I are close to the same height. He's like 6'3" or 6'4". I'm like 6'5" or 6'6". I'm a little bit taller than him. Garen's mom, Alexiel, she pops up in chat often during like the Pokemon streams that I do with him. She is short. She's like 5 foot nothing.
I really
So
wanna
I'm
say
going to be really surprised if Garen winds up being taller than me. He's totally going to be tall, like he's already a tall kid. But I don't think he's going to be taller than me. And if he is taller than me, then I can still take him and it doesn't matter.
try to.
Because
get
I have
to this
age and
cave.
experience on my side.
We only got like 25 minutes, so try to get through this cave. I will say that height seems to be related strictly to the paternal side because here's my logic in that. Everyone I know who's teamed up, a really tall guy who's teamed up with a really short girl. Everyone who's had kids that I know of, the kids are always tall if they're males, like the father.
Right.
And so I really think height is a paternal thing.
Well, it makes sense because, yeah, my grandma on my dad's side isn't really that tall, but like my granddad, my dad, and I, we're all pretty close to the same height. In fact, we've been getting older as the generations go, which means Garen might wind up being like 6'7".
Yeah, my natural father is actually under 6 feet like me, so. And it's true that most of his side is pretty tall, but he was kind of the dwarf. He was like 5'11", and like his mom was actually tall for a woman. I think she was like 5'9".
Mm-hmm.
And her mom was closer to 6 foot. So that was like one of the things he got. He's not small, but for that family he's small, and I'm only 5'10". My mom though is kind of short for women, and her side is short. All the women are short. So it's like
5'10" isn't bad. 5'10" is nice.
5'10". I wish I was 6 foot. I just wish I had 2 more inches.
It's a
That's what he
fairly That was a good one. That was a good one.
Seriously, I do wish
it
I
brought-
still had inches.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I give it a 10 out of 10.
Thank you. Thank you. You're all being today's Friday, so it doesn't matter. So I just wish I was 6 foot even. As a kid, I always said I want to be 6 foot, and I just never got there.